Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review 9 Bullets, and this is from writer-director Gigi Gaston, and focuses on a burlesque dancer played by Lena Headey, who winds up taking in a boy, Dean Scott Vazquez, whose whole family is murdered by a former lover of hers, Sam Worthington, who's a bad man, and wants her back, and wants this kid, and what this kid has to do with his family, and the father that had been murdered. And, you know, you've seen stories like this before. I don't think this is the most unique story that you're going to see. But it's also something where I don't know if this really had a whole lot of, you know, zeal or energy about it, where it's like I never felt thrilled. And like this is labeled as a thriller on IMDb. Like I get the plot is a thriller, but like I never felt that. I never felt that like, ooh, white knuckling it kind of thing. I just felt like this film lacked a bit of energy and that drive to be exactly what it wanted to be. And, you know, I feel like this film wouldn't really have made any kind of impact on me if it wasn't for Lena Headey. I think she is a great anchor at the center of this film. I enjoy her character, but she's written as like, I don't like kids. I have to book to write. And, you know, relatively quickly she starts warming up to this kid. And like the kid's endearing enough. Like the dialogue that all of these actors are saddled with are very stiff and feels very telegraphed and not very organic or natural or interesting for that matter. And I just feel like Headey and Vazquez have enough chemistry to at least make their scenes relatively enjoyable, which I guess goes a decent long way in this film because you spend so much time with them. And this feels more like a family drama with roadblocks than it does a thriller. But the thing is, the film is attempting to be a thriller. And like you have Sam Worthington who's putting on an accent, has a whole different look on, and like he's really given it to this random like villainous character in this film. But like there's no depth. He's just like, I want you back and I want that kid, and it's just like, okay guy. And when it really said and done, like there's random interactions, there's random subplots that are thrown in, there's frayed storylines and stuff like that along the way that just feel like they're padding out the runtime because there's not a whole lot of narrative thrust besides, you know, this woman and this kid have to spend a bunch of time together because she's trying to get him to his uncle, who's a rabbi, who's like, I have too many kids. And it's just like, okay, guy. And of course, because like if he didn't say that, then why the heck would she keep this kid and where would the conflict be, right? And this film feels very staged and put on, and I do find some enjoyment in watching Headey and Vazquez along the way because I think they are endearing and they have enough chemistry on screen. But in the end, I don't think this is a very interesting or engaging film to the point where it's just like, oh my god, I would want to watch this again, or I'd go out and recommend this. I feel like there's certain people who, like, if the premise and this idea of seeing, like, Lena Headey connecting with this kid seems warm and endearing to you, you're probably the one who's probably going to get more enjoyment out of this. I expected, okay, it has some thrills, it has Cersei Lannister in it, that left me that left me wanting more and felt like this was lacking. So in the end, I feel like this is a couple of pieces of a film that might grab your attention, but in general, it's kind of uneventful and probably forgettable. But those are my thoughts on 9 Bullets. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.